In this video today, I'd like to quickly speak about the work placements that I did during my undergraduate sports science degree. So my aspiration was to work in strength and conditioning, and in order to get to that area, I had to work at recreational level first. In this video, I'll speak about this recreational experience and explain why you need it as well. So firstly, I worked in my local boxing club. So this was for 6 months. It was only one day a week, just for a couple of hours. And what I did was I worked with children aged from around about 7 to 16 and assisted in their fitness sessions and their technical work. How did I get this position? I simply asked the coach, and very quickly I started to get involved with the club. Secondly, I started doing football coaching not long after this. So this was with children aged around about 12 to 16. It was mostly strength and conditioning related, but I also did some technical football stuff as well. This was a recommendation from my teacher. So I simply told him I was looking for work. I wanted to get some more experience. He asked around, and this position became available during the summer. Next, I worked at a summer camp. So this was for 3 months, mainly doing actually sports coaching, but also some strength and conditioning stuff as well. This was for children aged from 12 to 16. How did I get this? I applied. I did the usual channels of a CV, cover letter, went to the interview, and got the position. Next, towards the end of my degree, I worked for two different clubs. One was trampolining, one was gymnastics. This was children aged from around about 5 up to 16, 17. And I was leading sessions in strength and conditioning. So sessions very specific to gymnastics and trampolining, a lot of explosive work, strength and power sort of stuff. How did I get both of these positions? Well, the first one, I asked to be involved. I found this team online, and then I got into the second club, the gymnastics one, by word of mouth. So I was seemingly doing okay, the trampolining club, and one of the parents said we could do with a strength and conditioning coach at the gymnastics club. So this is a mixture of asking to get involved, doing a good job, and then being asked to go somewhere else and apply my services there. I also worked at a basketball team. So this is a local team in my final year at university. I spent the whole season there, and I was the only strength and conditioning coach that they had. So I was leading all the fitness drills and also got more day-to-day responsibility. So I started going to the games twice a week. I was doing the warm-up, doing the cool-down, some nutritional support as well. And this position came from recommendation. So my actual university degree had no real formal work placement. This was speaking to a lecturer. He knew someone that worked for a basketball team. And before I knew it, a few days after that, I was in their club doing these sorts of sessions. And finally, I wanted to get some experience at a professional level. So in my final year, as you've seen in previous videos, some of the networking examples I spoke about, I tried to get into that higher level. So I did spend 2 weeks at Coventry City's Academy, and I assisted in data collection with the academy players aged from under 9 to under 23s. How did I get this? Networking, just emails. I emailed a lot of teams those last few months of my degree, just asking for a week, 2 weeks shadowing here or there. Most teams didn't reply. A few said maybe and didn't materialize. Luckily, Coventry did give me the opportunity. So I just want to summarize what I've spoken about here and really make this about you now and say only one of these positions I went for was advertised. So the summer camp was the only one where I went through the process of finding a job advert and going for it. Therefore, you need to network. So you saw a few of my opportunities there. I simply asked. I asked the teacher to help me. I found somewhere online and dropped them an email or a Facebook message. So you do have to network. And finally, a good attitude at university can help you find a placement. So as I mentioned in previous videos, if you are towards the front of the class or your camera's on Zoom and you're asking questions, the lecturer knows who you are. Once the lecturer knows about an opportunity, you're putting yourself in a good position to be considered for that role. So that was my video speaking about placements. I really hope you think about getting placements now, whether you're in your first year or your final year. It's really important that you build up this experience. If you want to learn a bit more about this, then you can contact me on Instagram, Sports Science Hacks, or on Twitter at CJThompson90. Okay, thank you for listening, and I'll speak to you again soon.